So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Right now. Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hi, and welcome to the LaTangela Show podcast. I'm the voice inside your speaker box, and you know it always does my heart well to have this time together. That comes from one of my favorite old school shows, like if you know, you know. Well, I do a lot of reading, and throughout the week, sometimes things find its way across my desk. I read it, I gotta tell it to someone, so I might as well tell it to you. Did you know that Gmail turns 20 years old this month? Actually, on April Fool's Day. Now, kick it. We're going somewhere. Follow me. Now, happy 20th birthday. Definitely going out for Gmail. Google already had a history of pranking people, so they decided to unveil it on the 1st of April to keep that tradition going. But, you know, here it is. People are thinking if it's too good to be true, surely it's too good to be true. Who would give us an entire gigabyte for free? Well, these are questions that needed answers. So people decided to stick it out, and lo and behold, there it is. Not only was it a great marketing tool, but now, 2 decades later, they are at about 1.8 billion Gmail accounts strong. As a matter of fact, you can always reach out to me on my Gmail, but I'm the faithful type, so I still have my AOL as well. Don't judge me. You've got mail. Something about that just makes my heart smile. You know, I am the queen of a random field trip. Now, when it comes down to field trips, sometimes you got 5 on gas, sometimes you got a little more, but you just have to learn how to enjoy the moments wherever you are. Well, according to some of my friends over at Study Finds, they have actually found some of the most overrated tourist attractions in America. Now, I don't have time to make this stuff up, but if I read it, I gotta tell it to someone, and that someone might as well be you. Top 5, Mount Rushmore came in as one of the most overrated tourist attractions in America. Now, you have to travel a long way to see it. Most people's first impression is it's a lot smaller than they thought. Dear Mount Rushmore, Las Vegas. Everything is overpriced. You have to deal with a lot of drunk people, and if you like to gamble, it's your thing. But if you don't like to gamble, it's been considered as one of the most overrated tourist sites. Plymouth Rock. Who knew? It was a rock behind bars. Well, now you know. Times Square. Now, I'm thinking Times Square would be lit. It is. It's lit up. Got a lot of folks, but even people who live in New York say we do our best to avoid it at all costs. Now, some of the things that made the top 5, I was like, I kind of like it, but this one barely missed it. The Hollywood Walk of Fame in LA. I loved it there. I don't know who they surveyed for this. And Bourbon Street in New Orleans. What? What do you mean it's overrated? Have you been? Okay, true enough. Now, some of the things that you may look forward to in the month of April, besides my birthday, we have National Beer Day. Drink responsibly. That's April 7th. National Pet Day. That's April 11th. And Earth Day. It stems around on the 22nd. So if you're looking to plan something, looking for an excuse to have some good cake or a good celebration in the month of April, there you have it. All of my sports fans, I know March Madness, it's over. Are you still itching for more of the sports? Well, here it is. If I had to ask, what would you rank as the worst job in the sports industry, what would it be? Some might say the umpire. Some might say the coach. Now, those are stressful jobs, but it was not ranked as the worst. According to USA Today, the worst was the mascot. Now, although some of the professional mascots, they get paid in the 6-figure marks. I'm thinking, where do you sign up? They say, look, we get a lot of injuries that no one ever wants to talk about. Fans are always angry at us as if we are the ones losing the game. Maybe you should cheer a little harder. Maybe you should dance a little faster. I don't know. But either or, the mascots are out here catching a hard time. So the next time you decide to go to a game, how about you treat the mascot a little more kind? Hey, safety first. Have you ever heard of wander walking? There's a term, wander walking, for people who are always texting and walking, texting and walking, texting and walking. Their head is always down, so they're texting and walking, and they are wandering into the streets, wandering into these busy intersections, and they're not paying attention. And now, here it is. You have so many distracted walkers. We always talk about distracted driving, but yeah, you're guilty. So today I want you to pay attention to it. Put the phone down. Not just to pay attention to this, but to pay attention to where you're walking. Safety first. Now, if we had to come up with the power food of the week, the Taste of Tange is being brought to you by the powerful stalking stalk of celery. How about we stalk us some celery today? Now, of course, it has its little nutritious facts, but it's dangerous. Like, don't go too far too fast after you have juiced this celery. But the power food of the week, celery, has so many different refreshing benefits. Now, it's listed that celery carries a powerful punch from protecting and healing your liver, reducing inflammation, fighting infection, heals digestive issues, prevent UTIs. I mean, celery can even fix your credit, according to these reports. I mean, why would we not? Now, that's just some food for thought. Coming up, we're going to have some pretty amazing guests in the hot seat and on the tan line. We're going to chat with none other than our marketing director of WAFB and Judge Wilson Fields. Oh, man, listen, the stress, having the judge in the hot seat on the tan line. Well, today he is here for a great cause. As the founder of the Academic Honors Network Society, I have a lot of questions that need answers, and I want you to keep it locked right where you have it. Hey, and welcome to another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. It's the voice inside your speaker box, and today I decided to jump out of my regular box and into a new box, and I have my family and my friends with me, and I am super excited about it. Now, today we're going to chat with her. She is the mastermind. She does it with style and grace, and such a humble brag that I'm giving her because, I mean, she really is the heavy lifter of it all. None other than the Heather Godin. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I would just like to say, first of all, this was a surprise for me, although I'm super excited. I was not mentally prepared to be on here, but that's okay. I go with the flow and I freestyle, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I know that you were the woman for the job, and I just wanted to take this time to say thank you. One, expansion is always king, but this is definitely a dream to be able to do a brandship with a brand that is known in our community, that's number one in our community, and number one and known for giving from the heart and making sure that all of the facts are where they need to be. And today is just like a new era, you know?
It is. I'm so excited. I mean, I started at WAFB back in 2022, and the very first year I went to those LAB Prestige Awards, I remember them calling LaTangela's name because she likes to win because you're so good. But, seriously, that's kind of, and I grew up here, so I'm very familiar with 94.1 and everything. But still, it's so nice to kind of like finally meet you and really understand your product and how amazing it is. And so I could not be more excited to bring you on.
Girl, listen, it's a field trip, and I wouldn't dare fumble this ball for the world. But as your position here, it has so much that lies on your shoulders, right? People, they see the ins and the outs after the fact, but what are some of the things that you deal with on a day-to-day that's like a challenge for you that keeps you motivated, keeps you going?
Yeah, well, really scheduling and time management, because people don't realize, that there's a creative services department within WAFB. They don't realize there's a full sales team within WAFB.
Right.
So, our team, it's a small team. There's only 6 of us, but we're made up of producers. And I have an intern. She does social media, but we have to execute all the creative for the station.
Yeah.
Promotions, commercials for sales clients. So we stay pretty busy. So it's really challenging to balance the workload sometimes. But luckily, I have a fantastic team. They work fast, efficient, and they're rock stars. So,
and let me tell you something, I depend on the news just as much as anybody else here in the capital city and surrounding areas. Every single day that I'm doing my Did You Know news briefs, when it's all live, all local, I tell them, look, our affiliates, WAFB, they are the ones to help us get it done. And it's like, you're just so spot on. Even with the developing stories, people don't understand how much we depend on these apps and for the accuracy throughout the course of our day.
No, you're exactly right. We have our apps, our weather app and our 9 News app, and those push alerts. It's important to not only get them out there first when it comes to breaking news, but get it right.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for that weather app, I'm out there touching the window like, oh, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? We get all 4 weathers in one day. Yeah, it's
that time of year.
Yeah.
What they say, I think last week we're in the 3rd winter, and now we're in 2 days of summer, and it's going to be back. I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out. It's like it's been a long year.
Yeah.
January, it was a century.
Yeah.
February, I think, had me in a chokehold. March, I blinked and it was over.
Yeah.
And I showed up today. I was like, I sure hope this is not an April Fool's joke.
No,
I'm here and somebody please let me in. Somebody please let me in.
We open the door.
Thank you so much for that. And I just wanted to say thank you. I know you have more work to do, and I'm not going to hold you long because somebody got to run this show, and dear Chuck has kicked me out 3 times already. Don't tell him I said it. I'm just going to blink once for yes. Just know he tried his best to kick me out of here 3 times already.
I hear that, Chuck. He's sitting over there. I can see him out the side of the corner of my eye. I can see him. The pressure's on.
Absolutely. Now look, I want you to keep it locked. I got you covered with more Did You Know news briefs, inside scoops, and maybe even a taste of Tange, because sometimes we just need to see what to put on the menu and what to take off of it. Oh dear life, someone please help me now. Well, welcome back to the hot seat and the tan line. Today we have no stranger to the community and no stranger to my madness, none other than the Judge Wilson Fields. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Listen, I know that you were busy, but I just wanted to say that today is very special, right? As you can tell, we're in a new expansion of home, so I'm really excited. And to have you as the first guest for this episode, I'm excited about that.
Okay, so I understand I'm the crash dummy.
But I might as well start it off with teamwork.
Right.
As the founder of the Academic Honors Network, I have a lot of questions that need answers. You've been doing this for 12 years solid, and just recently we were awarded over $750,000 worth of scholarships, gave away a car, did a big college fair. Tell me, how did the vision even come about?
Well, it came about with myself and some friends of mine, Jonathan Hill and my sister Darlene Fields. We was all sitting around talking about how folks get excited about student athletes, and you had a big national signing day, and everybody want to know whether these students are going for athletics, and which they should, and that's a very exciting moment. So we decided, let's do something of that nature for students who are doing well academically. Let's try to bring our community together to celebrate those students, and not only celebrate them, but let's also try to give them some scholarships and Chromebooks that Cox provide, and one big winner walk away with a car that Jerry Lane provides. So we're very thankful for that. And like you said, it's teamwork. It's just not me. It's a group of us, you included, to help us do that event.
And it's definitely an honor to be a part of such a team that has a visionary such as yourself. It takes a lot of work to pull all of this together. All of the colleges that's representing our beautiful state, somewhere that we love to call home, and to be able to recruit the best of the best and try our best to retain them. For all of those students that actually join us for this, they have a GPA of 3.0 or above. The college fair, tell me about some of the highlights with that.
Well, the highlights of that is exactly what you stated. We try to get our best of the best, the 3.0 above juniors and seniors in our high schools here in East Baton Rouge, to commit to our colleges and universities here in the state. And hopefully if they go to one of those colleges here in the state, they will stay here in the state and reinvest in Louisiana. So LSU, Southern, and the University of Louisiana system, they all bring their colleges, campuses to recruit those students. BRCC come. We've had Xavier to come some years. So we're trying to make sure that our Louisiana colleges are highlighted.
What has been one of the biggest hurdles to jump to make sure that we're getting the word out in advance, or to even encourage students to be a part of a program like this?
Well, I got to commend the EBR school system, because without them partnering with us, we could not get these students to the event. So I would say the biggest hurdle, and I don't know if I would call it a hurdle, but it's just making sure that the students get the communication. They're already doing well in school, and we just want them to know that we appreciate their hard work and their effort for maintaining the 3.0 above.
Right. 12 years in, we're at about $750,000 averaging per year. I know that the goal is to tap into $1 million, tap into $1 million, tap into $1 million. What are some of those things that you would like for us to do, or even the community that would be able to chime in to say, hey, we want to do our part and we would love to be a part of it?
Well, certainly, and it's a community effort. That's why we call it Academic Honor Network, because it's a network of individuals and entities coming together to provide this $750,000. And yes, we want to get over that million mark.
Yeah.
So, you can go to our Facebook page and like us and send information there and see information there about the organization. And if you want to help and join in, certainly we love to help.
Absolutely. Now, you sit and you have this gavel, but it's like, how did you decide that was going to be the path of life for you? I know that the Academic Honors Network, it's important for you to be able to pour into the kids so they're not on the wrong side of that gavel. But how did you know that was going to be the walk for you?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I didn't. I wish I can sit here today and tell you, ever since I was 9 years old, I wanted to be a judge, and that's not the case. I went to high school, I worked hard, I knew I wanted to go to college, and between that high school and college, still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I knew I want to be in an arena where I can give back and help others, and I felt like being in political office or public servant gave me that opportunity to do so. So went to law school, and at that point I realized that I really enjoy this, and I had the unique opportunity to of course go to law school. I had the unique opportunity to serve in the Louisiana State Senate and now on the bench. So I said I had the opportunity to practice law, make law, and now administer some justice in terms of serving on the bench.
When it comes to paying it forward, if there was a nugget that you could tell your younger self, what would it be?
I guess I would just say, continue to believe in yourself and believe in your dreams and put God first. And once you do that, everything else will kind of fall into place, and let God guide you and lead you on the path that He will want you to go.
Absolutely. And it's always an honor to have you in the hot seat on the tan line. I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. These mics are hot. You always have something to say, and it's always good to have you in the building. So whenever you need to, you just tap out and consider it done, okay?
Well, I appreciate you have always been open to us and for your hard work in helping Academic Honors Network move forward. All 12 years you have been a part of it. So we really appreciate you and all the rest of the folks in the community who have helped us.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. And I know you have more work to do, so I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
I appreciate it. Same here. Thank you.